Notice you haven't heard nothing about politics lately. What's going on? Is there
Tonight was a Democratic debate in Miami.
I know, but we need a really good crisis, don't we?
Mm-hmm.
Aren't we due for something like that? When my grandson was born, it was like 5 chicks and no dudes at all. It's like, I think women are taking over those positions, like,
yeah,
where the doctor left off, where it always was like a man doctor, a real arrogant bastard who treated the women like shit probably. Now those jobs are gone, man. It's all chicks. Good looking ones too.
Yeah.
We're just letting it go, man. The good, smart jobs. Maybe these guys weren't actually ever even smart. We just thought they were. Right? They're like, you got a cold. Here, I'll give you an antibiotic. You got the flu. Other antibiotic. This, antibiotic. They never did shit for you. I'm just talking your average family doctor. Not like a surgeon or something who's actually fixing you. I think it got to be a real cushy job where it didn't really take much, you know? I mean, how many cases of eczema do you have to see before you prescribe a certain ointment? You know what I mean?
Well, maybe all the doctors, maybe the guys aren't making it through medical school.
Yeah, we got lazy, I'm telling you.
They spent too much time playing video games.
We're losing those jobs.
I mean, none of the girls were playing video games. All the guys were.
I didn't see one man the whole time, dude. It's crazy.
Yeah, that's
maybe the janitor. Like, he's the janitor from Young, Dumb, Drunk High School Kids or Broke High School. He's like, you ever see that video? At the end, that guy sounds like Wesley Snipes. It might even be him, but it don't look like him.
Yeah.
He's like, is anyone here to check my work? No? Then what the fuck am I doing? Fuck it. They told me, say no, and I said yes, and look where I'm at, he said, or some shit. Right?
It's getting to the point where I can't even watch certain sports on TV, like tennis. I can't even watch it on TV anymore.
Dude, I can't believe you ever did.
Because all they do now is when they hit the ball, they grunt. They go like, ugh.
Yeah.
It's like, ugh. And the women like scream. They go, wee. It's like, who wants to listen to someone grunt and scream the whole time they're playing a game?
Who would even go to a tennis match? I got tickets to see tennis. Would you like to join me? You gotta find the most boring chick you know and ask her.
It's all grunting.
Want to see tennis? Sounds exciting. You're like, wow, is she boring?
Listen to two people grunt back and forth.
I don't know if I can handle that.
When I was young and watched it, nobody grunted.
Except McEnroe.
No, nobody.
Hey, do you think you just go to tennis just because it's like a rich thing to do? Like, I'm gonna go watch polo.
I wouldn't mind doing that.
I wouldn't mind watching polo, but tennis? I mean, who the fuck watches that shit?
That's just stupid.
Like, your day must really be boring if you're gonna watch tennis. You wanna go watch a 10 game of tennis? Nah, I think I'll just sleep.
I'll just stay home and sleep on the couch.
Sounds more fun. Or golf. Who would go watch a golf game?
I've won before. It's pretty cool.
And you walk from hole to hole like with the guy?
No, I just sat at one hole by the green and just watched everybody come up and play the green.
Yeah, that's different. I don't know. That's probably what I'd end up doing, taking a nap with a cooler.
Yeah.
A beer. Right. You're the first. Pretty soon you're the one that says shh.
Yeah.
You're the guy doing that. Shh.
Well, now there's a whole bunch of assholes that just yell out shit. It's like right after they hit the ball.
They should have a guy for that comes in. It's like the guys that Trump used for his campaign. Haul your ass out of there. I said, shh.
They need to kick those people who yell. They need to kick those yelling people out. I've had it with their bullshit.
They should tell them in the beginning, if you make any noise, we're kicking you out. And when I say kicking, these guys are going to start kicking on the way out.
I agree. Those people who are yelling at the golf events, they need to be kicked out. Literally kicked.
They need their asses kicked, for sure.
I mean, what do they think? They're funny or they're cool? I mean, God, you gotta be a lame motherfucker to do that.
I can't stress anymore that I've said this on one of my last shows, and I'm gonna say it. If you don't like it, don't fucking go or don't watch. You know what I mean?
Don't yell like, in the hole!
There's a lot of things I don't like, and I just don't do them. Right?
In the hole.
It's like they come there just to haze you at a golf game. It's like, man, you are bored. I thought I was bored. And
you are a loser.
It was boring, but you are bored, dude. Those guys are probably at other events too, talking shit, right?
Those are the guys driving $80,000 pickups.
Why would they even be at a golf game? They're in a pickup at a golf game, except the groundskeeper.
Is that what you think?
Pickup. Like there's pickups in the tennis match parking lot.
Yeah. The pickup.
That's not a one. They should come back with the old stripped down pickup like we used to have instead of this fancy shit that's cheaper. For those guys that just really don't want all that electronic bullshit in their pickup truck. If I wanted that, I would have bought a fucking Tesla.
Yeah.
Right? There's no excuse. They should have they're like, we're going to put an alarm on the car seat so you don't leave your baby in there. Well, now we're training ourselves to forget our baby fails. The baby's dead.
The alarm failed, the baby died.
Blame it on the car seat.
They'll sue the alarm company then.
That's what I'm saying. We're training ourselves to do stupid shit like that.
Yeah.
How about just pay attention to the fact that you have one?
Yeah.
Just trying
Don't
to throw
leave
that
it in
out
the car.
there. I never forgot I had a baby, and they're 26.
Yeah.
The fuck?
I still don't forget when they're in the back seat.
If you really forgot, you shouldn't have kids.
Yeah, that's the sign right there.
Or you're a liar. One of the two. You're either super stupid, like on the top 10% is stupid.
Yeah.
Or you're a liar.
Yeah.
One of the two.
It is one of the two.
Those people probably take care of their dog real well, though.
Yeah.
You know? I've seen some shit that's really questionable. I'm like, man, if they got a hold of you, right? We need the social workers, they need to be regular. Like, someone needs to just pop up and see how they're doing at their house.
Yeah.
Oh, what do you have here? Oh, you don't like fucking you butting my nose in your business, do you?
Yeah, it's
well, it's my job to make sure that bullshit it ain't, because there's plenty of cases out there that need to be addressed, and you're not doing those. You're afraid of those people. I'll tell you a 10 miles radius in Chicago where you could check every house. What are you doing here in my neighborhood? Oh, I was a little loud. Right? When should they check you? Because it turns out they're probably dirty too, you know? You ever notice they never have kids, or there's a certain group of people that just want to be, you should have to have 3 kids before you could be a social worker. Because how could you be a judge of what goes down, right? If you never seen how kids are.
Yeah,
right?
You don't know how nuts they are.
Like, I grabbed him by the hair, and he's like, what? Yeah, you must never had a kid. Point in time where there's some hair grabbing going on. It's not every day, but it's a certain thing.
Yeah.
A certain time where you gotta put the foot down. You gotta put the fear in them, like my dad did, his grandpa did. It's toned down over the years. I mean, the fear can't be, oh, you're in timeout. The consequences just aren't bad enough for the kid not to keep doing it. You know? Or we're just gonna make real mellow, very dull kids.
That's why there's no men, like you said, in the ward anymore.
We're making dull kids. That's what we're doing. Because, you knew your dad was going to smash you, but you still did it. And that was the adrenaline that you were after.
Yeah.
You weren't after that, I was standing in the corner adrenaline. You were doing something where there was a consequence. Even if you didn't get caught, you got that massive rush in the case that you did.
Well, listen to this. There's this new commercial I saw the other day. It's for Verizon.
Yeah.
And Verizon, they're talking about this new medical thing where the doctors wear this, these glasses that are virtual reality glasses.
Yeah.
And then they look at these MRIs and they can see everything in 3 dimensions, right?
Huh. Yeah, I've seen that shit.
Have you seen the commercial?
No.
Well, Verizon's promoting this 5G network when they're saying now that we have 5G networks at Verizon's, we can do all this stuff with these virtual reality things in these hospitals, right?
Right.
Well, that whole commercial's fake. Because there's higher bandwidth than just wiring the fucking glasses right to a fucking switch. It's like whoever made that commercial is totally 100% technology wrong. They're fooling every idiot on the planet who doesn't know any better. It
was just to show off because no one really is going to use this.
Well, it's because no one understands that 5G is only getting you 300 megabits per second when you could just take the virtual reality glasses, plug them into a switch, and get a whole gig connection. It's like it's like
they
they're
probably did it on purpose just to see if anyone would notice. You should write a letter.
I want to write a letter. I want to say, dude, what you're promoting on that commercial is totally 100% wrong.
You should have me write it because I would sound so stupid, and they'd be like, "How does this dumb fucker know this shit?"
All you gotta do is plug those glasses in directly into the fucking switch, and it gets you a full gig. 5G has nothing to do with it. It's just so misleading, that commercial. It's to fool a bunch of morons into thinking that's helping people, but it's not.
Right.
God, this world has turned into a bunch of fucking bullshit. If you know anything about technology, you know that commercial is totally 100% a pile of bullshit.
I believe it.
So, if you ever see that commercial is bullshit.
We gotta do more.
I'll show you.
Shit
I'll show you why it's bullshit. And if they want to call me and ask me why it's bullshit, I'll tell them.
Is there any reason why I could figure things out, better than... Are people just lazy? Is that it?
Are they just falling for shit? Are they suckers?
Well, when I do stuff, I take it the extra mile when I'm building something, and I never see other people do it, and I'm like, well, why didn't they do that? Can I be the only one that thought of it, or are they just that lazy?
Mm-hmm.
And I could do it this way, but it's way harder, so fuck it. We're just gonna have shit.
Another thing I found out, you ever see the show Cheaters?
Yeah.
That show's fake.
Yeah, it's gotta be, right?
No, it really is. They stage that whole fucking thing. The whole thing is fake.
I believe it, because 9 times out of 10, those dudes couldn't have that chick anyway. Dude, you couldn't have her. This has gotta be fake.
The whole thing is fake.
I don't care if you work or not. I know it's fake because
it's all set up and everything's set up.
You don't need to hire someone to find this shit out. This dude could just come home from work early one day and fucking figure it out on his own.
Exactly. I mean, if people think that's real, they're just idiots.
It's not real because dude would really be whooping his ass for real, not some just in the jump at the last minute thing. You know?
Yeah, right. There's so many things that are fake.
I agree, totally.
Yeah.
I had some good stuff to talk about, but then I just kind of fucking lost interest in it.
You lost interest in good things to talk about?
No, in remembering it.
You gotta take a note and put it in your phone when you think of it.
Right.
That's what I do.
Yeah, that's the best thing to do.
Right, when you think of it, say, oh, I gotta write that in my phone real quick. And then...
Isn't it amazing how years ago, nobody cared? Everyone was more like a gay basher. If you mentioned a gay, they had something derogatory comment. Yeah. And now it seems like we're spending way too much emphasis on making up for that fact. Like, it's Gay Appreciation Week, or Gay Recognition Week, or gay whatever. This is our gay button of the day. Yeah. And it's like, all these other things, I go in, and I never get a sticker or a button for Easter or nothing, but when it comes to being gay and recognition and compassion, there's buttons and stickers and all kinds of crap. I just think we should have already appreciated it and move on.
Just appreciate it and move on.
Aren't we already appreciating the gay thing? Or are you trying to make a derogatory comment? No, I quit doing that years ago when I started appreciating it.
Yeah.
The fact that I know there's men out there not hitting on the women I am.
Yeah, it freed up more women.
Right? So. It freed up the ability for me to, it's like, dude, I already know you're gay. It's like, you didn't have to.
We didn't have to appreciate you.
Yeah.
We could already tell you're gay.
Like, oh, hey, we're trying not to recognize it. Because it's kind of like when a broad doesn't know what she's talking about. It just kind of upsets me that she keeps asking the same thing. If I was like a gay dude that didn't understand, would you be more compassionate? And besides, it's all about billing, and isn't this what you do?
Can't they just appreciate that we don't understand that they don't know shit?
Well, he said the same thing like 3 times. The customer's going to have to be here to use this credit card, blah, blah, blah. And then I'm like, then I said it one more time to the guy I was with. Well, he wanted to use the credit card because he's getting a discount, right? Well, he thought I was talking to him, and he said it like for the 3rd or 4th time or whatever, more than once, and he got all red. You could see the look in his face. It was like he was totally disgusted, like heterosexual men, we're not groomed, we smell, and we can't think. That's the look he had on his face.
Yeah.
Like we were a different breed of man. Like we were the inferior one.
We were like
now.
Neanderthals.
They've flipped it around from them being the outcast to us being the outcast.
Right.
And as soon as there's enough gay men out there, we will officially be. I'm going to have that.
I think you're right. I think there's a case to be made where some of these gays have derogatory feelings towards straight people.
Oh, sure they do. Oh, yeah, they do.
So then why is that any better? Why is that any better?
Here's what happens. I've met some nice ones that are like my neighbors in an apartment building, but you know damn good and well when they get back in their apartment, they start ripping into me, you know? They're like,
like they start ripping into like your shoes, or like, look at the shoes.
And then pretty soon, and pretty soon they probably end up getting turned on by it because of course I am a good looking man. And before you know it, it turns into like a whole fucking...
It turns into a fight between him and his mate.
And they end up getting aroused by the whole thing. Oh yeah, and his shoes. Oh, you see his pants? They were way too tight.
Those pants are from the fucking 90s.
Right? He's wearing Levi's. It's like
the 90s called and said, "Hey, can we have your pants back?"
Right?
That's what they're saying.
I wonder who cut his hair.
The 90s called.
Did anyone ever teach him what a comb was? It's like, dude, I could tell you're gay by your hair, man. It's just too perfect.
Yeah.
You always can tell by the clothes and that kind of shit. You never see a real nasty gay dude.
Yeah, like some dirty ass fucking
dirty
unshaven,
dirty Mike in the punch, right?
Yeah.
Well, anyway, this year I'm gonna have, and it's gonna be 1 week before Father's Day. It's gonna be the man parade, heterosexual man parade.
No, they're down on that now. They have those. They're called it's called
Ku Klux Klan meetings.
Pretty much, that's what they are. Because instead of gay pride, it's like hetero pride or something.
Right.
And they just had a big, huge one of them here in Florida.
I'll bet they did.
And all the gays down here are really upset about the whole thing. They're like,
why? See what I said? It's getting turned around.
Well, it's because the gays said that we're the marginalized group, and heteros aren't marginalized. So how can they possibly have a pride parade because they're not marginalized? It's like, what?
Right.
When are we maybe we are marginalized at this point.
Something about white people are not allowed to have pride anymore because a couple supremacist people put pride on their tattoo, and now we can't say we're proud of ourselves.
You can't be proud to be white.
Can't be proud.
That should be a motto. That should be our new motto.
Isn't it just a given? Oh yeah, that's right. I'm white and I'm a man. You're right. I don't even have to say I'm proud.
Yeah. It's just an automatic. It comes with the territory.
If you have to say it, you don't understand the words.
Yeah. Just goes without saying.
Right. You're like, you walk by some group, it's like another nationality, and you're like, they're doing their pride thing, and you're like, you guys go for it. Try it. Go with it.
Keep trying.
No matter how many parades you have, you ain't quite me.
It's like, there's a Chris Rock joke like that.
Yeah, right?
You ever see that where he says that joke? That's funny.
I'll just try this white thing a little longer, see where it goes.
Yeah. He goes, the waiter in the back wouldn't switch places with me. I
wonder if there's we should look up more things, we talk about them, but I don't know if we use the exact numbers. But things have changed, so I want to recheck all the data. You know what I mean? What is the reason, they say, oh, he moved into a white neighborhood because it's a better neighborhood. Well, is it necessarily a better neighborhood? Or are things just overlooked just because there's certain people? You know what I mean? Maybe there's a whole group of white people in that neighborhood that are committing a lot of crimes and are getting overlooked just because they consider it a better neighborhood.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And perhaps maybe it's a way worse neighborhood.
Right.
But we didn't really look at it in the right angle. Here's an example. Right. Let's say you're in a super rich neighborhood.
Well, that's what they're calling. They're calling that profiling. It's like the police go after a certain profile of person.
Where the kids are also partying, but not quite as much because they don't have as much money. But you look down on that other neighborhood because the people are a little more grimy because they don't have as much money.
Yeah, go in the rich neighborhoods and see how many of the kids are using drugs and doing all this shit but never get busted.
Way bigger, the number.
Oh, I'm sure, because they have more money.
They got tons more money.
Yeah, and more time on their hands.
So then they go to the bad neighborhood to purchase, and then those guys get arrested, and the lawyer's kid gets to go party and laugh.
And he gets walked scot-free.
It's probably way worse than you think.
Yeah.
It was just given a name like a lot of people are like, a black family will move into a white neighborhood because they're trying to better themselves. Okay? And
then when the black family gets there, all the teenagers are hooked on heroin.
So they bring their kids maybe from a different type of crime, maybe gangs or whatever, stealing, to other bigger, more expensive crimes.
Yeah. It wasn't any better. Just different.
Right. Actually, it might be way worse because their crimes are financed and they're doing it all the time, where maybe the poorer person would be like forced to rob something from a store to eat, but not every day, but just on occasion, where these people are doing bad things every day and not even an eyelash. It's probably the truth. 100%. We gotta look it up. Yeah. But no one really had the spotlight on them.
Because you didn't have to steal to buy drugs because they had plenty of money.
Exactly. That's what I mean.
And drive drunk. They all drove drunk.
Like having kegger parties underage, like shit like that. You gotta have the money for that.
Yeah. You gotta have the space and that's true. All that's true, I'm sure.
So, I'm tired of being stigmatized as a good guy. Yeah. I want to be the bad guy. Just like Scarface. He's like, you're no better than me. You're just hiding. You're pointing your fingers. There goes the bad guy.
Yeah.
He's like, you're no better than me. You're just hiding because you're afraid. That's the best part of the movie. I'm going to do one thing from every movie from a different movie on my show.
Now here's, I'm doing this new science. You know how I always look up a new science thing?
Yeah.
Like I'm always studying a different scientific idea.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I got a new one ready that I'm working on.
Yeah. Tell me.
Okay. It's called the anthropic principle.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, ready for what this is?
Go ahead, tell me.
Okay. What it says is the whole universe, because so many things had to be exactly right for humans to exist, that the whole thing was made for humans to exist. You know what I'm saying?
Kinda.
Like, if there had just been a different concentration of hydrogen to helium during the Big Bang, there'd be no humans. Or if gravity was just a little bit stronger than it is, there'd be no humans. Or if it was a little bit weaker than it is, there'd be no humans. There's so many different variables, I can literally list 100 of them, that all had to be exactly precise for it to happen where we evolved and became humans.
So what's your point?
My point is, that is the point. The point is that the whole thing is made.
It's kind of incredible in itself.
The fact that we existed is because so many of these variables became perfectly aligned.
It's kind of like mold. You need damp, you need oxygen, you need the right temperature, and you need dark.
Right. Otherwise, exactly.
You don't get a good mold. In fact, there's cultures of mold from salamis that have been passed on from generation to generation that only exist in certain salami vaults and can never be reproduced if something happens to that vault.
Right.
Well, they maybe can, but it would be hard to even tell if you did produce that culture.
I believe it.
I tell everyone the salami story and they don't know it.
Well, that's true, but I'm saying, but I don't even think you get the full ramifications of what I'm saying when I tell you about this. It's so
I get it. Salami would be summer sausage if it wasn't for that mold. You know, it's kind of like the same shit, but bigger and more elaborate and more different variables.
Yeah, that's exactly right. Exactly.
Salami's moldy summer sausage.
It's molded, yeah. Does salami go bad? Like, can you keep salami in the fridge a long time, right?
I was trying to tell someone that when they were like, oh, that's no good. I'm like, what do you mean that salami's no good? And they're like,
yeah.
I'm like, dude, that shit was rotten before they sliced it. It's rotten meat. He's like, no. I'm like, they don't put salt in it. That saltiness is the rotten meat.
Yeah. It's rotten.
And then I tell them to look it up, and they're like, oh my God.
I'm never eating salami again.
I know more about salami than you think. In fact, when they hang them up, they can't even touch each other, or it fucks it up for some reason. They got to be a little bit apart. And that mold gets airborne somehow onto the next salami. It can't touch it and grow and be the same. Why? I don't know.
And only the airborne.
Only the airborne transfer is right. I don't know what it actually does to it, but I know it can't touch.
Wow.
So I'm like, so these precisely hung salamis, quarter-inch apart from each other, were put there more delicately than you thought. You just see a vault of rotten meat. I see artwork. Right?
Yeah.
I saw a thing on this one certain. Well, there's like prosciutto and capicola and all those weird hams and shit that they don't even put in the fridge. They're just hanging in the deli right over the thing.
Right.
It's rotten meat. That saltiness is not salt. It's the bacteria.
Well, it might be a salt that's produced by the bacteria.
Yeah. But it's not.
It might be like some consistency or something of it. I don't know. I don't know enough about it. I know more about the anthropic principle than I know about salami.
Now, turkey and that stuff, I don't know if I'd eat that shit if it's sitting down. Maybe we're never meant to eat turkey.
Well, that shit you should only keep for 4 days. Even in the fridge.
You pay. Meat is actually rotten, you know?
It's rotten right when you get it, and it's slowly rotting more as you keep it.
It's aged. The aged meat is even better. I've seen where they let this meat get totally rotten and they cut it out of the middle, and it's like supposedly the best meat steaks you can get like that.
Yeah, well, yeah, that's true, I think.
I don't know about that. They're aging them for months. Lunch meat rots so fast in the fridge.
It does.
I get it sliced thicker and it lasts longer. You know that? When you get the super thin slices, they don't fucking last as long.
I just only get a little bit at a time.
I just want to buy a big chunk and slice it myself because it seems like it keeps in the chunk in the case for a long time.
Yeah, you probably get a better deal when you do that too overall.
Just buy a chunk of it. Say, cut me off about 2 pounds of that. They're like, what? How thin do you want it? It's 2 pounds thin? And then you slice it yourself. That would be cool. Have a sandwich party. Like, what do you want on your sandwich? And then you start slicing up some meat. They're like, what?
You like whip out a big chunk of meat.
Jeez, everything. Turns out you can slice the pickles on this fucking thing too.
Yeah, you got a big old slicer.
You got real thin sliced pickles, like lengthwise, the long way.
Right.
Dude, actually, that's our thing. Maybe we should open a deli.
Wow, that's a good idea.
If nothing else, we could be chowing all fucking day long.
Right.
We'll call it Fat Tony's, and then I'll be the owner. Where's Fat Tony? Here he is. He's on a diet. I recommend you have what he has.
Yeah.
He used to be fat. 400 pounds. And he didn't. Dude, they'll be like, they'll think I'm that dude from Subway, Jared. They're like, Jared lost all this weight because he ate sandwiches and he walked. Oh, and he had sex with a lot of boys. They forgot that part out.
Yeah.
He wasn't having mayonnaise He was having cream of some young guy. Oh shit.
I went to the beach and a dolphin swam right up to me.
I know. I saw the video. Oh, speaking of beaches, I want to tell people this out there in the world. Mm-hmm. Walk your dog in the grass, you fucking assholes. Because when your dog pees in the sand, I have to sit in the dog piss. You think it goes away? It don't go away. Mm-hmm. You're an asshole. You're an asshole. So this dude, he's walking his dog, it's peeing the whole way, and he's burying. It's like, oh, now you're hiding it even. Like, I gotta fucking accidentally trip over a pile of dog piss in the sand.
Yeah. Most people who own dogs are assholes.
Dogs shouldn't be allowed on the beach, and here's why. Unless they have like a beach section. It's because everyone's barefoot.
They do. They have, where I'm at, they have a dog beach and then a regular beach. You can't bring your dog on the regular beach.
Yeah, well, assholes do.
No, it's not even.
It's
there's fucking cops everywhere, man. You can't get away with shit when you're at the beach nowadays.
I know, it's stupid.
Yeah.
I can't even get melanoma in peace.
Fucking dolphin was chasing these giant fish.
I'm trying to contract melanoma, just like you are.
Yeah.
Out here on the beach. Only you look a little pale to be out on the beach. You're probably gonna get it quicker than me. Let me know how it works out for you. You're probably gonna get the melanoma. You tell the dude, you got orange hair? What are you doing here, man? Haven't you read books?
Yeah.
You're supposed to be in the shade. Guys like you don't do too well in the sun. You ever have a tan? You're like asking him some questions.
You start asking him questions.
If you get a tan, will all them freckles just be connected? You don't see many real hot redheaded chicks with the freckles. There's a few of them, but
no, there's quite a few. There's quite a few.
But if you're gonna add up all, that's about the rarest one out there. There's a few of them.
Go on Pinterest and punch that in as an option.
Yeah, I bet you find some good redheaded girls.
That's me.
You can't tell now because they all shave, but you're assuming she's red. Back in the day, you'd be able to tell right away. It's like a forest fire.
Pinterest, there's like a whole list of it.
Why, is that the ones you look up?
I have before.
They usually have white skin.
Oh, yeah.
The whitest of the white.
Oh, yeah.
More jobs should strike like the unions. Why aren't we allowed to just strike? All us pet groomers are going on strike. We're tired of coughing up fur balls. Right?
Yeah.
Why do only unions get to strike?
Yeah, like what about all the baggers at the grocery store? They all go on strike.
They're union though, aren't they?
They never go on strike though.
Someone's got to hold the bag while they're
It's like, just bag my own groceries. I do it anyway. Even when they're standing there, I just bag my own because I bring my own bags. The other day, I got my own bag for the groceries. It's like this big blue bag with fish on it and shit.
Yeah.
Well, it's in my back seat empty, and so I'm cruising down the highway like 90 miles an hour, and all my windows are down. All of a sudden, the bag goes right out the fucking window.
Oh, man.
And it made a loud noise, too, right?
Oh, that's crazy.
So all of a sudden, it's gone. So I'm driving along, and all of a sudden this Kia comes up behind me, and it's like passing me, like I could see it coming. And there's my bag on the front of the fucking car. It smashed itself up against the grill. And he's cruising past me up, and there's the bag right there.
Got my bag, dude.
My bag's on your car. What the fuck is wrong with me?
Pissed off. He's like, I could have swore you were gay when I saw this bag.
So there's my bag coming up behind me, catching up to me
Right.
on the front of a Kia.
Okay with it.
I was like, what the fuck happened there?
Right.
There's the bag coming. I could see it in my rearview mirror. I was like, holy shit, there's the fish bag.
If you've ever driven across the country, it's like miles and miles and miles of just fucking nothing, right? And you see like a fence around a huge property, like, and you think, how the fuck does one person own all this land? So here's what I say we do. Because there's so much land out there we're not using, why don't we have one of those fucking property things where they just give away land like back in the day and we all run with our flag and grab a piece? Right? There's plenty of it out there.
Yeah, it seems like they should split it up a little better.
Yeah, why don't they do that anymore?
Yeah.
Why did only one generation get that chance? They're like, well, they had less. Less than what? Because there's pretty much nothing there now. I was thinking I just wanted the land, so we pretty much are starting off in the same spot.
To me,
I took the truck here and he took the horse.
Listen, if after a certain amount of time you're not using the land for something, then you should have to give it up.
Yeah.
You just don't get to hold it. You decided not to fucking use it.
And
you lost your right to it.
By boatloads through Nebraska, you could see where they got huge amounts of property. How did they ever get a hold of that like that?
Yeah, if they're not using it, they should have to give it back.
Yeah, because why are they hoarding it up like that?
Yeah.
You're trespassing. Bullshit. The new law says where I lay my meat is mine.
Yeah, I believe that's true. They got to do something about that.
We just let too many people. I'm not talking like inner cities, like you're giving away my lot where I bought to build a house. I'm talking even way the fuck out there.
Yeah.
Spots of land that just doesn't seem fair that someone.
If they're not using it, then fuck it, they should have to give it back. After a certain amount of time.
Right.
They don't use it. They got to give it back.
You're just trying to hoard it.
Yeah.
Or we mandate they do something with it. You got to plant 400 trees every week for the next 2 years.
There we go. You got to do something with it, or you got to fucking give it back.
Because you just kind of like, it's like water in a way. Like you shouldn't be able to hoard all the water.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
We got to start a campaign against that.
Like when you have a dock where I used to live, you only own the beach. You don't own the water. So when you put a pier out there, you're technically not on your land anymore. Why is that? There should be like an easement of water. You know what I mean? And he's like, well, you don't own that. The state does. Well, if I pay taxes to the state, doesn't that kind of make me partial owner? You're not the owner. You're the worker. Just because you're the game warden doesn't mean I should have more right here than you. Technically, you're the authority of the lake that we all own. So you're like a rent-a-cop, the way I see it. They just let it go to their head a little too much, you know. How could Andy Griffith get away with everything? He seemed to solve all these problems with no chaos, no violence. I don't even think he carried a gun.
Yeah.
Because he let people get away with shit. You watch that show?
Yeah.
Let people get away with a lot of shit. Mayberry.
Well, because it's easier that way.
Because every time, what's his name, tried to get in there and fucking arrest people, he stopped it. Remember?
Yeah, Barney wanted to arrest people, and he'd be like, "No, just let him go."
Yeah.
It
should have been a sign for what was to come, you know?
Yeah.
That's basically what happened to America.
There's too many Barneys.
There's too many upper authorities that allow shit to go, you know, to the wayside. If there were more Barneys, then shit would have been more tip top.
Is that it? You think there's not enough Barneys? Wow.
Right. That's exactly it. I mean, it would have been harder because we would have had to deal with the more strict, thing, but in the long run, it would have been more, it would have paid off, I think, because we would have followed more of a tight rule book than it just got too loose, man, everything.
I don't know. Like, I saw recently that Illinois now, you can get recreational weed in Illinois.
Right. Too bad Illinois sucks so bad. Otherwise, it would be fun there.
Yeah.
All of the stoners left. They probably can't even sell it anymore.
There's no one there left to buy it.
Yeah, you pushed everyone around with it so long that now no one's even there going to smoke any.
It seems like all the people that got busted for weed now should be able to be let out.
They're starting to do that in places.
Yeah.
But here's my thought. I'd be like, all you assholes that the cops were really down on it, now all of a sudden they just gotta forget about it. Like, that's crazy how that happens.
Oh, there are states now too that are trying to pass laws that say that you can't fire someone who fails a drug test on weed.
Now drug dogs are getting retired.
Yeah, it's like
all kinds of shit.
So shit's loosening back up.
Right.
For a while.
They're making mushrooms. They just passed legal here, I guess.
Now that everybody's got legalized weed everywhere, Colorado's got to come up with a better.
Yeah.
It's got to get keep people
I
there.
think that's
keep
what it is.
Fucked up.
They say it's for PTSD. Well, then again, so was weed and everything else. So I guess it's the pharmaceutical companies that are going to get pissed because they're not able to sell their worthless medications to people anymore. Right?
Yeah. All right, well, I'll let you go.
All right, eat an apple. Or eat a untreated apple.
Eat a mushroom.
Eat an apple without pesticides.
Yeah. Eat some salami.
All right, later.